Hello, little superheroes, and let me welcome you in a new recording for today for our episodes, young readers. Today we have an amazing book, but first let me take it out for you and let me show it to you. Here we are. Here is the book. It's called First Readers, and like usual, we'll start with this question: how to use this book? How can we teach our children from this book? 10 minutes a day, sharing one of the stories in this book will help your child to develop a confident approach to reading. See whether he or she wants to read the story to you first. If not, you may want to share the stories by reading alternate pages for him or for her. Let's start. Our book today comes from an amazing publisher called Brown Watson, located in England, and the book itself it's printed in China. Let's start. Do not forget to ask your child about the pictures, First readers. Here is the beginning of the first story. Too hot to think. The sun shines, it's very hot. There has been no rain for a long time. Even the old well is dry. Oh, says Farmer Ned, it's too hot to think. I need a drink, and so do my cows, and so do my flowers, calls Mrs. Rosie. And so do the cats and dogs and birds and cabbages, says Policeman Bear. He writes a long list in his little red book. Now let's imagine what happened by having a look on this picture. Alright, this is the farmer Ned, the policeman Bear, Mrs. Rosie. Alright. Great. Now let's move to the next page. But first, can you think what will happen? Are they going to dig a well, a new well? Let's find out. The sun still shines. It is still too hot to think. Silly Billy says to little Ted, let's make a new well. I've lots of bricks in my garden, so that is why they do. It takes all day. When a policeman bear sees what they're doing, he says, oh dear, that will not work. You need a big, deep hole to find water. But thank you very much for trying. Now think about what will happen next. Well, let's make it a wishing well instead, says little Ted. So that is what they do. Then little Ted, Silly Billy, Farmer Ned, Mrs. Rosie, and Policeman Bear all make one wish each. Can you guess what they wish for? Have a look. Yes, a wishing for a rain. Suddenly, as you see, drip, drip, plop, 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 splash, 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 the sounds of water it starts to rain. It rains wonderful, wet, drippy, slippy rain. Hooray! Shouts little Ted as everyone laughs and dances. And that was the end of our first story. Alright? Now it's the time to read and study 24 keywords to remember them. Do not forget the characters of the story: Little Ted, Bottle, Policeman Bear, Farmer Bear, and the Wishing Well. Thanks a bunch for you. Goodbye.